Hello everyone! Today we are going to be reviewing the most beautiful makeup brand I have ever come across in my entire life. I've gotten so many requests for this, and since it's January and it's viewer request month, I wanted to get this video out there, especially because they just launched a new collection. So this is the brand Flower Nose, and they just released their Little Angel collection, and I have to tell you guys, I am just blown away. I mean, I've seen their makeup before, I have some of their products, but it seems like every collection just gets prettier and prettier. So this is an angel theme. It is just stunning, and I figured we could do two looks today because they sent two different palettes, two different blushes. They kind of have a different theme. So one is going to be kind of more like a dark angel kind of vibe. The other one is like more light and bright. So if that sounds good to you guys, why don't we go ahead and just jump right in and get started. All right, so the first product that I'm going to try is this lip balm that they sent with the collection. This is the Little Angel Hydrating Repair Lip Mask. I think the packaging is adorable. This is the kind of product I'd love to keep in my purse and just pull it out and have people be like, what is that? It's so gorgeous. I think the one thing they do really well with their packaging is they not only make it look cute, but it's not in a kid sort of way. It's a very grown up, just very cute, but really beautiful at the same time. I don't know. It's just, there's honestly nothing else like it. So let's see what this feels like. It's actually a really thin formula. I like this. It almost feels like a lip oil kind of. It's very, very silky. It doesn't have any kind of a scent to it. By the way, this mirror is from the collection too, so I just want to give you guys a close-up of what this looks like. It's so ornate and the detail is just incredible. All right, now that my lips are moisturized, let's go ahead and apply primer. So this is the Little Angel Dewy Hydrating Primer. So again, the packaging is just insane. Actually, one of you guys, last time I showed Flower Nose in a video, had said that it reminds you of something that someone on the Titanic would have had on their vanity table. I agree. I mean, definitely it looks really vintage and at the same time just really fancy. And this primer has such an interesting texture. It looks kind of like a gel, but it also has a little bit of creaminess to it. It's like a gel cream hybrid, and it has such a nice cooling sensation when you put it on your skin. I'm not sure if it's actually going to smooth my pores. It just said that it was supposed to be like a hydrating and dewy sort of formula. So, I mean, I'll take it. I have really dry skin. So anything that's going to plump up and add hydration is a good thing. Oh wow, this is so lightweight and it feels kind of like I'm just giving my skin a drink of water. Like I said, it has a little bit of that cooling sensation. This is really unlike anything that I've ever tried before. So I really don't think I can even compare it to anything. It doesn't have a silicone kind of primer-like feel. It's almost more like skincare. It reminds me of something like the Tatcha water cream. Is that what it's called? The lighter weight one, and also the Laneige water bank cream. It's kind of like that. It really just feels like skincare versus makeup. So that is really nice. My skin feels amazing. I feel like it looks nice and dewy and glowy. All right, let's go ahead and just pop on some foundation really quick. And since I don't have a Flower Nose foundation, I'm gonna be using the CoverGirl Simply Ageless Essence that they just came out with recently. I love this so much. I've been using it almost every day. This also has a water-light texture, but yet somehow it gives really good coverage. I feel like it evens out my skin just beautifully. And the thing I love about it the most is that it doesn't look like you're wearing foundation. It just kind of melts right into your skin. And even if you look up close, it doesn't look like you have product on. So it's a truly invisible product. By the way, if you're wondering what this is, I burned myself on the oven last night. I was reaching in there because I had to turn something, and when I went to turn it, my knuckle hit the top, like the burner at the top, and it instantly blistered up. Like, it was so fast. Thankfully, it doesn't hurt though. I've gotten burns way smaller than this or less severe that just bothered me all day and into the next day. This just like never hurt. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know why. Okay, so moving on to eyeshadow palettes, I wanted to use the darker one first. So this one is shade 2 Weeping Angel. And this one has this beautiful, deep, dark outer packaging. And then On the inside, you have some deeper jewel tone colors, blue and purple, you have gold. It's an absolutely stunning color story. The shimmer shades are a little bit more like toppers. They have some micro glitter running through them, but at the same time, they also have pigmentation. So they're not just a wash of glitter. And then the matte shades are so velvety, incredibly smooth. I really can't wait to put these on my eyes and see how they apply. So I want to start out, I think I want to do something purple today. So I want to start with this lighter purple shade right here and use this in my crease. All right, so I'm just applying this using the BK Beauty A503. And this is a really light color, so I don't expect it to show up that much, but I just want to put this down kind of as a transition color and up to my brow bone. Yeah, this is a super pale color, but it is blending like a dream. It is so soft and silky. I hope you guys can even see. Actually, why don't I zoom you in? I should have done that before. So yeah, this just gives a very light wash of color. Next, I'm gonna be picking up this deeper purple right here, and I'm gonna use a slightly smaller brush to apply this one. This is the A502 from BK Beauty. And I'm just gonna put this one right in my crease rather than above it like I did with the other shade. This one also is just so soft. It blends with almost no effort. I'm just kind of concentrating this one more toward the outer corner, but then I'm also gonna bring it back a little bit toward the center. I also really love this shade of purple. It's more of a cool toned, almost like a bluish purple, rather than sometimes purple can be a little bit warm and a little more pinky. I like that this one is very cool toned. All right, then for my lid, I want to use this silvery shade right up here in the top. I'm just picking this up with my finger and I'm just gonna pat it right on the lid. I did put down my NYX glitter primer because I want to make sure that this glitter doesn't fall all over my face. It's not a glitter, like it's not a pressed glitter, it's a regular eyeshadow, but it does have a lot of micro glitter in the formula, so I just don't want those to go everywhere. Yeah, so I do think this looks really impactful. It was very smooth, no fallout whatsoever. It almost feels like a baked formula, which is kind of interesting. I don't know if it is 100%, but it has that same sort of feel when you pick it up in the pan. All right, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of eyeliner and mascara and I'll be right back. All right, so eye look is done. Let's move on to blush. So they did send me 2 shades of their cream blush. I have shade 3, which is in their lighter packaging, and shade 4, which is in the darker packaging that matches the palette. So I think I'm probably gonna use shade 4 today. It's a little bit more of a cooler tone pink, and I think it'll go well with the purple eye look. So these are a cream formula. Again, the packaging is just unbelievably gorgeous. The product inside has that beautiful angel embossing, and the formula feels really nice as well. It's a really creamy blush that has a bit of dewiness to it, so I'm not sure if this is going to dry down 100% on my skin. We'll have to see, but these colors are so soft and pretty, and I'm assuming that these are not the only colors in the collection because I don't have shades 1 or 2. They also sent over a little blush brush with this collection too, and it is the cutest blush brush ever. It's a smaller size and the fibers feel like it's natural hair. I'm not 100% sure, but it just seems that way to me. So I guess I'll try using the blush brush, see how it is. If not, maybe I could just use my fingers or a sponge. So again, I'm gonna use the one in the darker packaging that goes along with the palette. I'm just gonna swirl the brush around in here and just start applying to my cheeks this way. Oh yeah, that actually, okay, it's showing up. I wasn't sure because this is definitely a lighter shade of pink, but yeah, that's showing up beautifully. And I love this pink as well. I think it pairs really nicely with the purple cooler toned eye look. And this blush is also applying seamlessly. It just melts right into my skin. I don't even feel like I have to blend it. I'm just kind of tapping it on and it looks blended. Like, it's amazing. I really like the size of this brush a lot. I feel like so many blush brushes are huge, and then I end up putting blush on a bigger area of my face than I actually want to. So I do like how precise this one is. It's really easy to use. And even though this blush has a really emollient feel off the start, it's drying down on my cheeks almost all the way. I think in a little while it's going to be completely dried down. So I love that too. It doesn't feel sticky or greasy. All right, thumbs up for that. Next we have a highlighter, and this one, I don't know, this might be the prettiest packaging out of everything. So on the outside you have the two angels, the heart in the middle. It's just unreal. And this is the shade L3 Chanting Anthem. So again, I'm guessing there are other shades in this collection. But again, the embossing in the powder is just, it's so detailed and intricate. It honestly took my breath away when I opened this up. It's just absolutely exquisite. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this with the BK Beauty 110 brush. Oh wow, this is not quite as intense as I was thinking it was going to be. And that for me is a good thing, especially because it's this icy white color. I didn't want this huge intense stripe of highlight. And really it is just so subtle and pretty. It just kind of looks a little bit dewy, kind of lit from within. But again, the way that it's melting into my skin just makes it look a little more natural, which I love. It has that texture where it's a little bit more firmly pressed into the pan. So when you swirl your brush in, you're not getting all kinds of kick up. It really almost feels like a baked highlighter. Again, I'm not sure if it is, but that's how the powder looks and behaves. So if you like baked formulas, I think you'll really like this one as well. All right, so there's the highlighter. It's just really nice and subtle. And then for lips, they did send me a few matte lipsticks as part of this collection as well. So I have 3 altogether. They sent me shades 2, 4, and 6. So again, I'm assuming that there are other numbers in the collection and other shades. Definitely check out their website if you want to see more. But these feel like they have an incredibly thin, lightweight texture. And at least in a swatch, they seem like they're going to be really soft. When I was applying them to my arm, they almost seem to have a blurring type quality. So sort of like the ColourPop Ultra Blotted Lips, that's kind of what these are reminding me of. But anyway, I'm going to use shade 4, which is the pinkest of the 3. I feel like they're all a little bit more warm toned. I was hoping for something more cool to go with the eyes and cheeks, but this is the closest I'm going to get. So let's just try this on. Again, I do have the lip balm on underneath already, which, because it's almost like more of a lip oil, it's sunken into my lips quite a bit. It doesn't have the glossiness that it did initially. Wow, this feels really nice. It does have a blurring type of effect when you put it on. It seemed to smooth out my lip lines, which is something that I'm not used to with a matte lipstick. Usually they make my lips look drier. And this just, it looks incredibly smooth and it has a really soft quality to it. It also seems to be completely unscented. I don't smell anything. It feels incredibly lightweight. It doesn't feel like there's anything on my lips at the moment. Wow, this could actually be the first time that I actually like a matte lipstick. So we'll have to see. I'm gonna still wear these. This is a first impression. So, you know, again, I'm gonna try it without putting lip balm on first and see if that feels any different. But right now, I love the way it looks and feels. And if I have to put a lip balm on and then apply the lipstick, I'm fine with that too, either way. So this is the first look that I'm doing with this collection. And I wanna show you the next palette because I feel like that one is even prettier and it's probably the one that I would wear most often. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take this off and I'll be right back. All right, guys, let's go ahead and do look number 2. So this is probably my favorite palette. It's a little bit more on the neutral side. This one's called Eden's Angel and it has a lighter color story. The artwork is exactly the same as the deeper one. It just has a lighter background. And then on the inside, you have such gorgeous neutrals. You have some pink and peachy tones as well as just some regular browns. You have a deep gray. So I really love all the shades that are in here. I like that you not only get the lighter tones, but you also get some deeper tones to play with. It's just really pretty. I think it would make an awesome everyday type of palette. So for the look, I think I'm gonna start with this peachy shade right here. And this shade is so pretty. It's really nicely pigmented. And just like the other one, it's blending out effortlessly. It's really easy to work with. Oh, it's snowing. Here, I'll show you guys a quick view of what I'm seeing. Honestly, I didn't think it was gonna snow at all today. It's actually supposed to be a little bit warmer. We're supposed to get this really intense rainstorm. They're talking about power outages because of really high winds. But this morning I was at the grocery store and there's a lady at the self-checkout who always like loves to chat when I'm there. And she was saying that she heard that there might be a little bit of snow before it changes to rain. I hadn't heard that, but I guess she was right because it's actually coming down pretty good right now. She also said that some schools were talking about closing early as well because it's just supposed to get really intense by around 2 or 3 o'clock this afternoon. And that's about the time I go to pick up my son. So I'm kind of wondering if I'm going to get a text about that, or even if school might be canceled tomorrow. I guess it depends on how bad it ends up being. All right, next I'm going to pick up this brown shade right down here at the bottom. And I'm just going to focus this one more on the outer corner. This is the A504 brush from BK Beauty. This shade also is applying really well. It's not patchy, like even for a dark shade, I think it's just blending out really nicely. It looks very soft. Overall, I'm definitely impressed with the quality of these eyeshadows. I know like other Asian brands that I've tried, especially from K-Beauty, they can sometimes be a little bit more sheer than what we're used to here in the States, and that's definitely not a bad thing at all. I actually like more buildable eyeshadows, but when you're used to a certain level of pigmentation, sometimes, like for some people, it can be a little disappointing, but I feel like these are pretty pigmented. I'm just gonna blend these out a little bit with the A502 brush, which is just slightly bigger than the one that I was just using. All right, I'm just gonna actually pick up this lighter peachy shade right here. And I'm gonna just apply this up toward the brow bone and just sort of blend out any edges. This is also such a pretty color. I love this. It's really soft and it just kind of blends everything really well together. Then for my lid, I wanna try this pink shade right here. I'm just gonna start packing this on in the inner corner. This is also a glittery shade, kind of similar to the one in the other palette. And I did put down my glitter primer. This is gorgeous though. They kind of give a little bit of that wet look to your eyes. There is another option in this palette if you don't like the glitter. This one up here is not as glittery as it is just like really foiled, and it almost feels like a baked formula again. So that's just a different option if you don't want this type of more glittery look. All right, so I'm just gonna do the other eye quickly. All right, so here's look number 2. I just kept it really soft, but you can easily deepen it up if you want to use some of the darker colors. Like there's the deeper gray, there's this really dark brown down here in the bottom. So if I use that, like you can kind of get a little bit more of a smoky look. But for today, I just kept things a little bit lighter. So let's move on to blush. And again, we have this other blush that was more of a warm, peachier tone. I think that'll go really well with this eye look. So let's see. I'm just gonna start stamping this on just like before. I really love how these blushes apply. They're just such a soft and melty formula, and I think really beginner friendly too, because there's almost no blending required. With cream blushes, I usually like to just put them on in a stamping motion because then it doesn't like swipe away your foundation underneath. The only thing I don't love about these cream blushes that I like about their powder ones is that once you start using them, the pattern inside goes away. With the powder ones, I feel like the embossing just lasts so much longer. This one, the first time I use it, it's gone. All right, so this blush is also a very subtle color. I tried to build it up a little, but this is pretty much as much pigment as I'm gonna get. So again, I'm not sure if the other colors that they have in the collection are gonna be a little bit deeper, if there's something for deeper skin tones. I hope that there is. I'm not 100% sure on that because the collection hasn't launched as of the day I'm filming this. It will be launched once I put this video up. But anyway, let's go ahead and choose another lipstick. So I think I want to do the peachy one. Let me see which one that is. This is shade 2, and I didn't reapply the lip balm. I figured I would just put this on bare lips and we'll see if it feels dry and how it applies and all of that. So let's see. All right, so actually this does feel really nice and creamy. And as you can see, it just has that really blotted, blurred kind of a finish, which I think is so nice, especially if you have lines in your lips like I do. And it has this really soft, almost gel-like feel. When I rub my lips together, I don't know, it feels really good. It's kind of cushiony, but very, very comfortable for a matte lipstick. At least right now, I don't know how it's gonna wear going throughout the day, but I will definitely write down in the comment section just how everything wore and whether I saw any fading in terms of the eyeshadow, the blush, how the lipstick wore, and all of that. All right, guys, so that's everything that I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful and gave you some more information about the Flower Nose products, that you got to see them in action. And I will leave like all of the wear information, like I said, down in a pinned comment down below. But I am very impressed. I love when a product is not only beautifully packaged, but the quality inside matches that. And I really think that so far, these have for me. So I want to thank all of you for being here today. It really means so much to me that you took time out of your day to sit and watch this video. And if you're new here and you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll consider hitting the subscribe button before you go. And if you have some extra time and you'd like to watch some more of my channel, I'll just put something right up here for you to check out next. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all in my next one. Take care, guys. Bye.